Hello and welcome to this series of instructional videos where I'll show you how to use various sections of the portal in small, easy to manage, bite-sized chunks of information. Now this video here we're going to talk about how to add and manage your staff here. So first of all, selecting this icon here, or alternatively from over here, will take you to this page. So regardless of what you see here at the moment, this is where you add staff to your silo of staff, let's call it. You can also add volunteers, etc. here. And just by way of familiarity, the name of the person here, contact details, any department they might work for, the role that they've been assigned, and I'll get to that shortly what that means. And also here is a bit of an audit trail of when you've notified them of these roles or any role changes, whether or not you've assigned any training to the individual, whether or not you've assigned any documentation requirements to that individual, and also whether or not they've supplied any emergency contact or existing medical condition information here. If you ever need to edit the person's details here, might be a change of name, might be a change of role, etc. And then here, once you've completed this information here, you then get to notify them here. So I'll show you how that works shortly. But also whilst we're here, just by way of familiarity, this archive button here allows you to tidy up your list of staff for people who perhaps no longer work for you or have only worked for a short time. You don't want to lose the information that's been provided, so this allows you to just archive that individual into a list that just takes it off this screen. But if at any stage they came back, you can view the archive list here and just reinstate them back to your staffing list. So first of all, you're going to add a new staff member. You select this section here where you complete their basic details, and I'm just making this up. Mobile number, you need to put in here something that looks an email. Just a reminder, anywhere where there's an asterisk here is a compulsory field, and I'll just pick my own email address here. It won't allow me to do that, so I'll change that slightly. You might want to assign them to an operations department or any department you've got. At this stage here, you assign them a particular role. So if it's just a general staff member, you have those choices here. And I'll show you how you can actually create a particular role if the ones in the available list aren't suitable. And then a training program you might want them to complete before they actually start work with you as part of their onboarding or induction. And any emergency information, if you've got the information on hand, you can actually enter it here. Otherwise, the staff member will have that opportunity once they receive the email. So we add that person to our list. And then they appear here. You might say I made a couple of small changes there after it rejected, because obviously someone in an archive list will get more creative with the names I utilise. But here you can see that the role has not required any documentation. So anywhere there's a greyed out colour coding here, you'll see that nothing's been assigned. So no particular training has been assigned. If you want to do that, you can actually go here, pick a particular induction you would like them to complete, and then close it. And you'll see that's now turned to red. Because the role doesn't require any documentation, that's greyed out also. So from this point here, I'll just point you down to the legend down the bottom. You'll see all this colour coding you see on the screen is explained clearly down this section of the screen. So with the inductions and e-learnings, and then the documentation, and then the emergency contact information. It just gives you the variation of the different colours you might see appearing under, perhaps say this induction. Yellow indicates that some of the induction or that some of the training sessions have been completed, whilst others haven't. You can click on it and you'll clearly see here. And as you can see here, you can have a multiple of training sessions or inductions assigned to individuals at any one stage. So just managing your staff here at this point. If, for example, they haven't provided the right information here, you might have some green colours and some not so green. You can pursue that by either sending an email here, for example, this one here. That will now go to a staff member at this email address. Here's your notification time and date, and they get an email with the various hyperlinks in it to show that they can click on a link and then do the required inductions, click on a link, upload the required documentation if required, in this case it's not, and also click a link and update their emergency contact details and any pre-existing medical conditions. Again, everywhere there's a table in the database has this export to CSV function here. So if I was to export these two names here to that CSV, what it does, it actually takes these color codings here and converts them into the text you see beside the color codes down below. So that way, if you need to manage the data or manipulate the data in any other way via an Excel spreadsheet, that provides that opportunity for you. There are other sections in the portal where staff are managed at various stages. So what I'll do is I'll leave that until we get to those stages. But here, that concludes the section of adding a staff member, adding a role. And as I said, we'll come back later on and talk about if the correct role is not available for that individual, we'll show you how to create that role and assign it to a particular individual. Thank you, and I look forward to the next video.